winter storm warning in effect for heavy snow. Those planning travel in the warned area should be prepared for hazardous conditions and plan accordingly.
So before we came out touring here, did you guys look at the forecast, the avalanche hazard forecast? Okay. So that was one of the first things that we did in the car, is we looked at the avalanche hazard forecast, and I do that before I leave my house in my slippers drinking coffee, because I figure around the US and all around the world we've got folks that work to forecast what's going on in the snow and keep track of it all season. So I like to get an expert opinion on, if I come to a new place, what's going on. The avalanche hazard around here is considerable in upper elevations and wind-loaded areas, and then moderate at mid and low elevations. We looked at that, I note it down in my field book or in my head, and start thinking about where I'm going to travel in that case. And as we were coming up, when we were on the skin track, one other thing I did was just step out of the skin track, start poking around and feel for what that snowpack felt like. And the one thing I felt was there's not a really strong foundation to this snowpack. Really weak at the bottom, and then we've got a stronger slab sitting on top. So immediately I'm a little bit curious as to what's going on with this snowpack. I didn't observe any cracking or collapsing, and I haven't seen any avalanche activity around here. If I do have cracking, collapsing, recent avalanche activity in terrain that I'm traveling in or around, I don't really need to dig a pit, right? I've got Mother Nature screaming in my ear. It's really obvious. And so I can then work low angle terrain below 30 degrees and keep myself safe that way. Right now I'm curious as to how strong the foundation of the snowpack is. And so what I do when I'm gonna dig a pit is the first thing I pull out is my probe. And the reason I pull out my probe is I like to figure out how deep the snowpack is. And I like to dig in a snowpack of average height or the shallowest place, because I'm looking for the worst case scenario. What happens if I hit the shallow spot and trigger something, or can I trigger something in that shallow spot? So I really like having a probe with measurements on it, so I can tell exactly how deep the snowpack is as I probe across. So as I probe across here, what I'm going to look for, right here the height of snow is 115 centimeters. Here it's 105, 105, 115, 110. So I'm going to shoot for somewhere around that 105 centimeter spot to put my pit. The other thing I'm thinking about when I dig a pit, even before I start probing out, is a place where I'm safe, a place that's representative of where I want to ski. Meaning similar aspect, similar elevation, probably not similar slope angle. There's been a lot of research lately that shows that I can dig in lower angle terrain and be able to apply my test results to steeper terrain. So the last thing you want to do is get avalanche while you're digging a pit, right? And then I want to think polite, so I'm not going to put a hole in the middle of everyone's favorite ski run. So those are the three things I think about. And why don't we put our snow pit right here? We'll pop our skis off and dig a nice pit wall right here.